You're a grown man! He's a robot cat! Pull yourself together! Seriously.
Hi. I'm Bobby. I am a robot cat. Welcome to my channel. I create clip and drama commentary from mostly small creator communities. Let's have a look. Since my original video, Dottie Morgan has taken to her channel to issue a response to the recent DM video. We shall go over it now. While I will not drag her to filth, as that is not in my nature. As a cat who has had many unsuccessful attempted releases of my personal information, maintaining the privacy of other creators is extremely important. There is no rule on any platform that I participate in that you must disclose your personal information. There is no rule on YouTube that states that you must create your channel with access to your personal information. It is your right, and my right, to exist online as we see fit. So long as we are not crossing lines and boundaries. And anonymity does not seem to measure against whether or not someone behaves badly, as we all know. Never mind. Let us have a look at her video and react.
This is a response to Roadhog releasing private DMs between him and I. I would like to give my side as to why what was written and give some explanation behind it. I also just want to say that I'm not going to be showing the video I have of it like he did, because I can't redact everything in a video, but I'm going to show screenshots with the whole conversation and DM history I've had with him. So,
Dottie, darling, what were you thinking? I'm unsure if an excuse exists. However, let us hear you out.
So you can see my first DM with Roadhog was on September 11th. Little Miss Snowball asked me to message him to basically say don't do a video about her because his subscribers have been asking.
Well, there is your first problem. Little Miss Snowball was bad news from the jump. Nobody can change my mind on that.
So I did her that favor. This next screenshot is from September 13th. This occurred after Shen's threatened Roadhog on his stream.
Not an excuse.
She basically doxed his ex-wife's name and information about her. And I was angry. I'm not going to lie. I was angry because Shen's had been going at me for months. And as a former friend, I felt like I was getting literally stabbed in the back by her.
Dottie, I do understand. However, there are simply things we do not do. Tit for tat rarely gives us a promising result.
So, was it right for me to give her information to Roadhog? Absolutely not. I did it. It was a mistake. Shens, I am so sorry that I ever gave that information to him. You know, I could use the excuse, well, Katie already doxed her or whatever, but I'm not going to. I was wrong for doing this.
This apology is not mine to accept. However, let this be a lesson to sharing correspondence with anyone. You never know who you are truly speaking to. This happens time and time again on the internet. The moment two creators suffer a kerfuffle, one exposes the other. Furthermore, you were well aware of the behavior and tendencies of Roadhog. You had to have known he would not handle this situation responsibly. Never mind.
This is a continuation of information. As you can see, I redacted everything personal to her. Once again, Shens, I am very sorry, and I do mean that sincerely. Here I am once again being a dumbass, giving more information. I redacted out the personal information. I don't even know how, I can't explain I can't make an excuse for it. It's done. I did it. It was wrong. I know better. I shouldn't have done it.
I believe the larger issue is you waited until you were outed to apologize. And, whom you shared the information with.
The next two screenshots are pretty benign. September 17th, I sent him the Uni Chihuahua video for fun. And I didn't talk to him again till November when he asked me about the Reface app. I didn't talk to him in a while. Another message from November 13th. I believe Roadhog had mentioned on his stream that he heard that AZ was the one who called CPS on KJ.
To be fair, let us read what this actually says. You reached out to him to corroborate that T-Spiracy phoned child services on Katie Joy. As far as I am aware, that was debunked long ago.
I also heard that. And as you can see in the screenshot, I said, I heard that she called. I never said I had proof. I just want to let them know that that was the rumor going around. This next screen is from 12/6. By this point, I was catching a lot of heat for just even being in Roadhog streams. He gave me a wrench. I never once asked to be a mod. But just even being in his chats, I was getting a lot of hate and grief from it.
Dottie, I like you, I truly do. Let us be honest with ourselves. You and Shins drug Little Red to the trenches for allowing the ESSA report to be read on her channel. Yet, you laughed right along in Roadhog's chat as a moderator.
I was just basically voicing my frustration here. I was very frustrated, I ain't gonna lie. Because we were told you should be able to go where you want, watch who you want, support who you want. But I felt like that didn't apply to me.
You were supporting a man who was verbally assaulting other women in your community. Women that I am aware you have at least known of their existence for years. I do believe that was the issue at hand.
So at this point I was venting. This is from 12/11. This is around the whole time Ren was really becoming an issue on Twitter and, not on Twitter, on YouTube.
'Tis still no excuse.
And I had been emailed some information that this person had a contact, and they were very upset that Ren told me to off myself, and she said she was going to do something about it. I believe the same information was also sent to Roadhog.
You of all people should know the repercussions of engaging or aiding on doxing. As you had your go with Kareem. Your suffering is not worse, or easier, than another. Two wrongs, Dottie.
On 1-4, Roadhog messages me and proceeds to send me picture and information about a person that he says could possibly be Raken. And more is included on the next screenshot. He sends me this picture. I have no idea who this woman is. I redacted all information. Said, who's this? And the next screenshot will give you more information. He said people have been coming out of the woodwork with information and giving it to him. So let me show you the next screenshot. The redacted information includes the person's first name.
I am unsure my feelings on your reaction here. Accepting that the right thing to do would have been to reach out to Raken. If you so admire her.
The company they work for and what city they live in. And he says, you're welcome. I'm like, that's not Raken. I preach him, tell him what nationality she is, or what heritage. And that her screen name is a play off of what David Eason said on Team Mom. When he goes, I'm fucking Raken.
Fair enough.
And I said she lives on the West Coast. That's all I know about her. I know nothing else. And I was like, good luck, because I know that's not her, and good. I don't ever want to try to figure out who Raken is, because that's none of my business. This conversation continued on 110. At this point, I had had a conversation with one of my mods, who was not very happy with the fact that I was associated with Roadhog, and let me know all about it. And it was upsetting to me that one of my own mods was attacking me.
You are not the victim in this particular situation. Given recent events, they've every right to be upset or wary of you moderating for Roadhog.
And me, like a dumbass, shared that screenshot with Roadhog in my next screenshot. I guess I'm pretty gullible, because then I said, please keep this between me and you. And I
Oh
showed
come
the
on Dottie.
screenshots. I redacted
Come the
my
fuck
last
on,
name
mate.
and username.
You know that shall never happen.
Because I feel horrible that I betrayed this person's trust. It's probably the biggest regret I have out of all this right here.
A blind man can see that the only other creator on this planet who will expose every conversation, aside from Catherine Joy, is Roadhog. You knew this, Dottie.
Is that. Very upset with myself that I actually did that. Because now I may have lost a friendship from it, and that's pretty upsetting to me.
This is why we should think these things through.
This is the same day 110. I then told him I'm gonna have to take a break. I need to step back. At this point I was taking a lot of heat. I was starting to see how Roadhog was escalating. At this point I had begged him not to go after OGs, say anything about OGs don't matter in live streams, saying don't go after Rakin, watch out for Nat. That can be corroborated in the mod chat with any of the former mods. I'm sure they can definitely vouch for that.
Dottie, you knew he would take that as a challenge. Not an opportunity to prove he can be trusted. If you told the man not to pour gasoline on this fire that is surrounding your house, the man would throw the gasoline on the fire and burn his own home to the ground just to be defiant.
And that's what I did. I told him I need a break. At this point I was still supporting him, but from a distance. And this is the final page. I told him, please don't dox people. Please don't dox people. I had begged him all along not to dox people. And then my last message was on 118 saying, listen, I listened to your live stream. All I did was try to give you advice by saying, don't go after Rakin, don't go after OGs, don't talk to Nat, and he ignored all of it. I said at that point I was still supporting him, but I believe it was either that next morning is when he attacked Suzanne, I want to say, or the day after, and after that I was done. It was either the 19th or the 20th. I completely pulled my support, and my support has been gone ever since.
Yet, what you actually stated was that you were taking a break for your mental health. You also apologized to him for you disappointing him. How did you disappoint him? I actually do give some grace, as I would assume that standing up to that man in any capacity would result in exactly what is happening to you now.
In my previous video about my response to Roadhog, I had mentioned and shown screenshots where you can see on the 18th I was shaking my head, you lead a horse to water but you can't make him drink. That was probably after I listened to that live and said, listen, I can't anymore. And then on the 20th is when I pulled it, and you can see the screenshots there as well. Along with the 22nd and 24th, I said I no longer support him. I cannot support the actions. It doesn't mean I hate him as a person, because I don't. But his actions have become, and his behaviors have become progressively worse.
Indeed. I'll spare my final thoughts for now.
He is not the same person he was. He took criticism there for a while, and he listened, and I think he tried to make some changes. But with the whole Ren thing, and then after that, I think it just escalated again. And he's to the point where I can't anymore. So I just wanted to give you my side of the DMs from my perspective. And the only thing I can do is, for anybody I have hurt, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I wish I could go back in time and do things differently. I really do.
My final thoughts on this. As far as I know, I am the only one here who can time travel. My observation would be that you were quite alright when he was dragging Little Red or other creators that you held issue with. It was not until he started to target those around you who hold you to a higher standard, that you pulled your support. And, you must always remember you are dealing with a man, whose entire sustenance is rage and revenge. A note to all, we must always remember when we have private conversations that they are not truly private. We must always remember that there are those in many communities who have poor intentions. What could have been regarded in this situation as a temper-driven mistake, had you reached out to Shins to warn her, turned into your private conversations, being shared to suit the needs of someone you felt was your friend. I do quite enjoy you, Dottie. I do hope in the future that we all begin to realize that doxing, harassment, and the like are not acceptable practices. This is not drama commentary. Cheers.